Hello, hello. I was going to do a little, like, soft-spoken video, talking through the Pokemon games, which I know, I don't know if it's Elise ASMR or if it's just Elise, but she did something to this like 4 years ago that I just watched recently and really enjoyed. So I'm just gonna run through some of the older ones to the new games, mainline for the most part. And so the first Pokemon game that was released in, I believe, 1999, but maybe 1998, were Red and Blue, Red and Blue, Red and Blue, Red and Blue, that take place in the Kanto region, where you have your starter choices of Charmander for fire, Squirtle for water, and Bulbasaur for grass. And while you're going through the Kanto region, you also take on the gym leaders, the gym leaders, the gym leaders, the gym leaders, the gym leaders. And in Kanto, those gym leaders are Brock, Misty, Lieutenant Surge, Erica, Koga, Sabrina, Blaine, and Giovanni, to fight the champion that is Blue, who's your rival in the game. And you can catch Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres. You can catch Mewtwo after you beat the game. And then for Generation 2, that's gold and silver, which adds a lot of improvements to the game. Adds the dark typing, and it's a similar layout. So for your starters in gold and silver, you have Cyndaquil for fire, Totodile for water, and Chikorita for grass, In your gym challenge, you will have to go through Faulkner, Bugsy, Whitney, Morty, Chuck, Jasmine. Someone that I'm forgetting. They escaped me. Price, I think. Price, and Claire. Price and Claire, who are flying. Bugsy is a bug type gym leader. Whitney is normal. Monty is ghost. Morty is ghost. Chuck, the fighting type gym leader. You have Jasmine, who is steel. Jasmine is steel. Price is ice, and Claire is the dragon typing. And then for your champion, you have Lance, the dragon type champion. And the cool things about gold and silver is they let you go back to the Kanto region, where you will see that Koga, the poison type gym leader from Generation 1, Koga, will be replaced by Janine. And in the gold version, you can get Ho-Oh as the legendary Pokemon, who's a fire and flying type. And in silver, you can get Lugia, who's water and psychic. Now, for our third generation of Pokemon, you also, in Gold and Silver, you can catch Suicune, the water type, Entei, the fire type, and Raikou, the electric type. And for our third installments of the game, Ruby and Sapphire, which I believe were released in 2003. Ruby and Sapphire, which I believe were released in 2003. Okay. So, this takes place in the Hoenn region. Gold and Silver was in Johto. I don't know if I said that. Johto. And these take place in the Hoenn region, where you start out in Little Root Town. So you have Ruby and Sapphire. And for your choices of starters with Professor Birch. The first Pokemon professor in Red and Blue is Oak, and the second Pokemon professor is Professor Elm, and this is Professor Birch. So with Professor Birch, you have the choices between Torchic as your fire type, Torchic, Mudkip as your water type, Mudkip, and Treecko as your grass type, Treecko. So you have to take on this gym challenge as you would before, with your first gym being Roxanne, rock type, Brawly, fighting type. You have Watson, electric type, and then you have Norman, normal type, Flannery, fire type. These might be reversed. I want to say Norman is fourth, but I think Flannery comes after Watson. So Flannery, fire type, and Norman, normal type. You'll have Winona, flying type, Tate and Liza, psychic type, and their battle will be a double battle. So it'll be 2 Pokemon against 2 Pokemon rather than 1 Pokemon, and your opponent has 1 Pokemon. And Wallace, water type. The team, if you're you have to fight the champion Stephen Stone, who uses a Metagross, and is the son of Mr. Stone. In Ruby version, you'll be against Team Magma, with the legendary Pokemon Groudon, ground type. And on Team Sapphire, you'll be against Team Aqua, with the legendary Pokemon Kyogre, water type. And in order to fight Stephen Stone, you will go through the Elite Four that consists of Phoebe, Sydney, Phoebe Ghost type, Sydney Dark type, Drake, I think Dragon type, and I want to say the last one is Glacia, Ice type, but I don't know if that's true. Okay, so then, after these 2 games, Ruby and Sapphire, they released Emerald, which has a new story and a new legendary Pokemon, Rayquaza, flying type. You also can find Regirock, rock type, Registeel, steel type, and Reggie, ice type in these games. In Pokemon Emerald, you have a similar story, but the evil teams are different. I believe both evil teams are in the game Emerald. Wallace, the 8th gym leader, the water type leader Wallace, is moved up to being the champion. And the 8th type gym leader is named Juan. Then we move on to Generation 4. Generation 4, Diamond and Pearl, which was in the Sinnoh region, where you had your starter choices of Charmander. No, sorry, Chimchar. I actually got it wrong because of the char. Chimchar for the fire type, Turtwig for the grass type, and Piplup for the water type. Piplup, Turtwig. This is Professor Rowan, who takes you through, and you get your Pokédex need on your gym challenge against Rourke, type, Gardenia, grass type, Fantina, ghost type, Maylene, fighting type, Crasher Wake, water type, Bryson, steel type, no, Byron, steel type, Byron, steel type, Candace, ice type, and Volkner, electric type, In Pokemon Pearl, in Diamond, you can catch Dialga, dragon and steel type, and in Pearl, you can catch Palkia, water and dragon type. Your Elite Four will be Aaron, bug type, Bertha, ground type, I think, Will, psychic type, no, Lucian, psychic type, and Flint, fire type. Then your champion of the Sinnoh region will be Cynthia, who is most people's favorite champion, And then after Diamond and Pearl, they release Platinum, which is a synthesis of the games, takes you to the new Distortion world, and adds in the new legendary Pokemon Giratina. And this is against the Team Galactic. So after these games, they release Black and White, which are a game where you have two rivals, Bianca and Charon, in the Unova region, with Professor Juniper, the first female professor in any of the games. And then we have the starter Pokemon choices of Tepig for fire type, Snivy for grass type, or Oshawott for water type, and Snivy for grass type. And then for your gym challenge through the Unova region, you will be fighting against Team Plasma, the evil team, Team Plasma, led by N and Getsis. You will be going against, depending on your choice of starter, you will fight Silent, Chili, or Cress from the grass, fire, or water type, whichever one beats your starter. Then you will fight Lenora, normal type. You will fight Berg, bug type. Elisa, electric type. Elisa. Clay, ground type. Skyla, Bryson, 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 ice type, Bryson, ice type. And then you will have Drayden or Iris, dragon type, Drayden or Iris, depending on if you are Pokemon Black or Pokemon White. In Pokemon Black, it's a Drayden. In Pokemon White, it's Iris, Iris, Iris. In Pokemon Black, you will catch Reshiram, the dragon fire type. And in Pokemon White, you will catch Zekrom, dragon electric type. Your Elite Four is Marshall, fighting type. Caitlyn, psychic type. And Caitlyn was in the Generation 4 games in the Battle Frontier, which is a battling game that you can play after you beat the game. Shawnatal, ghost type. Chantal, ghost type. And Grimsley, dark type. And your champion is Alder. After Pokemon Black and White, they released sequels, Black and White 2, which take place 2 years later. And Bianca is the assistant to Professor Juniper, and Charon is the first gym leader. You have the same choices of starters, but your first gym leader is Charon, normal type. Your second gym leader is a Roxy, poison type. And your 8th gym leader is Marlin, water type. And we start on the other side of the region and go backwards from where we went in the first game. Our rival's name is Hugh, and we're still against Team Plasma. A couple of the gyms, like Elisa's, get redesigns. Skyla's gets a redesign. And the champion, the Elite Four, is still the same, but the champion becomes Iris from White version's 8th gym. Iris, champion Iris. And the legendaries are fusions. So you have Kyurem Black and Kyurem White, which are fusions of Reshiram and Zekrom with the legendary Pokemon Kyurem. Perfect. Then after this, we have Generation 6, X, and Y in Kalos. These are the first games on the 3DS, and they add the fairy typing, which helps to balance out the dragon type. You have customizable avatars with lots of different clothes that you can buy. And your starter choices. You have a bunch of different rivals that are a group of childhood friends. Your starter choices are Fennekin, fire type, Froakie, water type, and Chespin, grass type. Okay. So for your gym challenge, your first gym leader is Viola, bug type. Then you move on to Grant, rock type. Then you'll have Karina, fighting type. Ramos, grass type. And for your fifth gym, you have the fifth gym, I believe is Valerie. Fairy type. I remember that you fight Valerie, fairy type, and Olympia, psychic type. But the other gyms, they're escaping me at once you beat your gyms, you have your 8th gym is Wolfric, ice type. Wolfric, ice type. And once you beat your gyms, you have your 5th gym is Clement, electric type. Clement, electric type. And then you have Valerie, fairy type. Olympia, psychic type. And Wolfric, ice type. Then you'll be able to come catch in Pokemon X, you'll catch Xerneas, and in Y, you'll be able to catch Yveltal. Then in Pokemon, your Elite Four in the Kalos region against Team Flare. The evil team here is Team Flare, led by Lysander. Your Elite Four will be Malva, fire type. Wickstrom, steel type. Seabold, water type. And Drasna, dragon type. Until you beat your champion, Diantha, who has a Gardevoir that can Mega Evolve, which makes your Pokemon a lot stronger, and it's the new gimmick for the generation. After this, we have Sun and Moon, which your starter choices are Litten, fire type. Poplio, water type. And Rowlet, grass type, Rowlet. And instead of gym leaders, you have these trials, led by trial captains, trials from trial captains. So for your trial captains, you have Alima, the normal type of trial captain. This is in the Alola region, by the way. The Alola region. This is in the Alola region with Professor Kukui. You have Alima. You have Kiawe, fire trial captain. Malo, grass trial captain. Lana, water trial captain. You have Sophocles, electric trial captain. You have Acerola, ghost trial captain. You have Kabu, dark trial captain. Between your islands, and these games are 4 islands, and you travel between the islands. And when you leave the islands, you're fighting the fighting type trial. Island Kahuna, fighting type. Rock type. I don't remember the third one. Maybe steel type? I don't remember what the steel type leader does. I don't remember if it's a steel type trial or a steel type island Kahuna. And then I believe her name is Hapu, the ground type. Sun and Moon are games that I only played through, I believe, 1 or 2 times. In the Pokemon Moon, you can catch Lunala, the moon Pokemon. And in Pokemon Sun, you can catch Solgaleo, the sun Pokemon. Your champion is Professor Kukui. And these games also are on the 3DS. After this are Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which I never played, but I believe don't have too many changes in them. very quick, brief rundowns of Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet because I don't know that much about them. In Sword and Shield, you're in the Galar region with Sonia. I don't remember the actual professor's name, but Professor Magnolia, I believe. And then there's Sonia. And in your starter choices, you have Cinderace is the fully evolved form. Bunnelby is not that. Scorbunny for your fire type. Scorbunny. You have Sobble for your water type. Sobble. You have Grookey for your grass type. You have gym leaders such as Milo, grass type. Nessa, water type. There is a fighting type gym leader named Bee and a ghost type gym leader named Alistair, depending on the version of the game that you have. You are against Team Yell, who supports your rival Marnie. And in Pokemon Sword, you can get Zacian, Steel Fairy, and in Pokemon Shield, you can get Zamazenta. Through the Galar region. Your champion of the Galar region is Chairman Rose. And for Generation 9, Scarlet and Violet, they're your first open world Pokemon games. And in Scarlet and Violet, you can have, in Scarlet, you can get Koraidon, and in Violet, you can get the legendary Pokemon Miraidon. You're with Professor Sada, and you're going through the Paldea region. Your choices of starters are Fuecoco, fire type, Quaxley, water type, or Sprigatito, grass type. You'll be fighting gym leaders, all as normal, such as Katie, bug type, Brassius, grass type, Iono, electric type, Rap, ghost type, Grusha, ice type, and Opal, psychic type. No, Pearl, psychic type. Opal is a gym leader from Sword and Shield who uses the fairy type. Tulip, psychic type. In Scarlet and Violet, Tulip uses the psychic type. You can take these gyms in any order, but there's a recommended path between them. They'll have to fight the bosses from Team Yell, which is this Team Star, your evil team, Team Star. You'll have to fight bosses such as Alistar. No. Atticus, fairy type. No. Atticus, poison type, I think. And there's a fairy type boy whose name I don't remember. And then your champion will be Gita. Through the Paldean region, and you'll also have to fight Titan Pokemon to help your friend Arvin. And your rival is Nemona. So that's my run through of the mainline Pokemon games, mainline Pokemon